the show. There was a change in a building ownership and name in Bay City, which is pretty significant considering the building that was involved. And it's going to be significant in another way because very soon there'll be a special concert there. So we're going to talk about what is now known as the Osgood in Bay City with one of its owners. Margot Appold is with us this morning. Margot, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Art.
Thanks for being with us. And that concert on the other end is this guy that plays these black and white little keys and somehow has made a worldwide name for himself.
That's right.
And he is the one and only Gershwinologist. He is Kevin Cole, who this morning we all found out this morning he's human. He can have flat tires like you can have flat tires like everybody else, huh?
Well, that's true, and I think I should rename the concert to Red, White, and Rhapsody in a Blown Tire. In blue, like BLEW. I mean, and I can see it. It's a big old nail sticking out the side, so there's no avoiding it. But Thank God for Alexander Graham Bell's wonderful invention.
That's right. That's right. Well, I want to, I think before we get into the concert, which we will extensively do, Margot, why don't you tell us a little history of how once was the
Scottish Rite
Temple, right?
Yep.
How did you become owner of that? And more importantly, why did you become owner of that?
My husband, myself, and our business partners, have a love for historic buildings, sometimes to our own detriment. And we had gone to a meeting at the city looking for fundraising for Carroll Park. And at the end of that meeting, the person running the meeting shared that the Scottish Rite was looking for buyers. And I said to my husband, let's just go see it. To which he said, absolutely not. And went and saw it, started the process, started having conversations, and months and months later of, negotiations and lawyers and inspections, July 3rd of last year, we became the owners, and we wanted to honor the history, and the history involves two architects, a father and son duo, Osgood and Osgood. So they were based out of Grand Rapids, and they were known.
Thus the name.
Yes, they were known for Masonic architecture. So,
see, I thought you might have named it after a buddy of mine who used to be a goalie for the Red Wings.
Well,
Chris Osgood.
there was when we were going through names, there was that discussion, but we decided to lean into the history, and that's where the Osgood came from.
Interesting. How old is that building?
100 years old. It was finished in 1925, so I guess just over 100 years old.
So one of the things is you had an inspection. You had to have an inspection.
Oh, yeah.
Did it pass with flying colors? Or?
Yeah, just a small shout out to Larry Van Wert. That's who we hired for our inspector. He's great. And he, at the end of the inspection, said, this is a really great building. It's really solid. You got to get the roof fixed, which we knew.
Oh, oops.
We knew. No, we knew that. We
Okay.
knew that. But he said everything else, is in really good condition. So much of the work we've done has been interior aesthetic work. The roof has been replaced. That was a big cause of concern. That's done. And so now we're kind of on to events and hosting.
So that's my next question is, now you have it, what are you going to do with it?
Weddings, events. We have done lots of things like funeral luncheons. Sometimes after a funeral, folks want to just get together. We've got a lot of separate and unique spaces in the building. It's 62,000 square feet, so we can do whatever you want.
Is there a commercial kitchen in there, or do you have to bring in the food?
Right now, you have to bring in the food. There is a commercial kitchen. It hasn't been used in some time. Everything works, but we're in the process of discussing what, quote unquote, getting that up to code looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then along comes this guy who tickles the ivories.
Yes.
And how'd you get hooked up with Kevin?
Well, I've known Kevin as a family friend my entire life, mostly. And we connected just to show him the space. And when you walk into the auditorium, it's pretty grand. And he saw it and kind of pulled me aside and said, I have an idea.
I was waiting for that.
So the rest, I guess, is history from there. We just started discussing what it might look like and met with the whole team and Kevin and said, let's try it out and see what happens.
Well, Kevin knows when he was here a few weeks ago and he said, yeah, I'm going to do a concert at the Osgood. My very first question was, what's the Osgood?
Sure. Yeah, many people know it as the Scottish Rite and have been there throughout their lives for different events. They used to have the Wild Game Dinner there, that type of stuff.
So. The Scottish Rites and the Masonic Temple, were they all one, or are they?
The Masonic Temple is a separate building. They are connected.
Right.
You could go in between if both people had their doors open.
But technically, they're two separate.
From a legal standpoint, they're two different parcels.
The Osgood is separate.
Yeah,
totally
that's right.
Separate.
Yep.
So, Kevin.
Yes.
What's in store for June 19th?
Well, let me just tell you, when Margot and her husband Matt took me on a tour of the building last year, I think it was in the fall, the thing that rang a bell was when I saw the auditorium, and it is wonderful. The acoustics are great. It just has this unique atmosphere where the piano, I can see it right in the middle, kind of an arena. And I know that what's really popular, and has been for the last few years, are these candlelight concerts. So I said to Margot, I think this is a perfect place with this woodwork and the mahogany and just the glow of this room. What if I put a piano in the center?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
They don't want you to burn the place down. They want you to have a concert.
Well,
Okay.
battery-operated
these are batteries.
candles.
Yeah, battery.
Okay.
The
all
fire
right.
marshal would never sign off on that.
Yeah, no. So Margot said, hey, I think we can do this. I said, well, the only expense truly is the candles. So she said, I'll take care of that. So what we had is this, I used a baby grand piano that they have there. I had my technician tweak it because I said, we're trying to make money here.
Yeah, I've seen that piano, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not bringing in a 9-foot Steinway. No, we can make this work. I'm willing to, give this idea a whirl. So we did a Valentine's Day concert this past February, and it was a real hit. I played for 75 minutes, the greatest love songs, one after another, no talking, just by the glow of about 900 candles, and people were transported. So I said, I want to do something to commemorate the 250th birthday of America. So I turned to Margot and Matt and their partners, and I said, what if I do an all Gershwin concert ending with the Rhapsody in Blue just by candlelight?
Hold that thought.
And you know what,
All right, hold that thought. I have to take a break.
Right.
We'll come back and find out what Matt had to say right after these notes.
This is Dave.
All right, we're back with you. Talking to Margot Appold, who owns one of the owners of the Osgood, the former Scottish Rites in Bay City, and the man who's putting on a concert, Red, White, and Rhapsody in Blue, the one and only Gershwinologist himself, Kevin Cole, who is tireless at the moment.
Oh, I like that. I'm pretty tireless as a rule, so that's kind of good.
Yeah, Kevin unfortunately literally had a flat tire this morning, so he's waiting to have that repaired. So he's generously taking time out on the phone with us this morning. So you were saying Matt was going to say something after you came up with the concert
Well,
idea.
we had a meeting to assess and reassess how the Valentine's concert went, and we all agreed it was worth repeating in another form. So I said, I have an idea. I want to celebrate America's 250. So how about I do an all Gershwin concert, and we do it maybe in June or whenever there's a date available. So we found the date of Friday, June 19th. And I said, but I got to come up with a title for it. And Margot's husband, Matt, said, well, I got your title. It's called Red, White, and Rhapsody in Blue. And I looked at him and I said, you are my new PR manager. No, I didn't. But I love it, and I don't know, all these years you think, oh, I can't come up with a new title. Well, guess what? Matt did. So what people are going to get, I will come out. The candles will already be in kind of an oval around the piano. The lights will dim. There's a little blue, really cool, deep blue lighting on the ceiling of this place. And then I come out and no talking. I play about 75 to 78 minutes of all Gershwin, ending with the Rhapsody in Blue. And I think once I said this to Margot, and she goes, I think we need another 100 candles. So I think I'll be surrounded by nearly 1,000 battery-operated candles of various heights. And because these candlelight concerts are getting so popular, I decided, and I said to Margaret, I said, I think we should trademark the name of our, like the presenting, even though it's the Osgood presenting it and I'm presenting it. So I came up with the name Music Glow, even have a logo, and trademarked it because, there are people doing these candlelight concerts that get very possessive, like down in Detroit and Chicago, saying, hey, you can't say candlelight concert because we're that's our title. And so I said, we're going to take that off the plate right now. So in the future, if we do any, we go through our little Music Glow concerts. I'm so looking forward to this one because I think it's the first time I can say that the people are going to get a true history from the beginning of Gershwin's writing for piano all the way up to the end. And also, I'll make the announcement, right? You get the scoop, Art. In the Great Lakes Bay Area, I have played the Rhapsody in Blue in my lifetime, probably since the age of 17, 18 years old, hundreds and hundreds of times. So I'm telling your audience and anyone within earshot, for the Great Lakes Bay Area, after I play it solo on the 19th of June, I'm going to retire it for several years, so I will not be playing it in our area. I play it other states and cities and whatnot.
Right.
But so I'm going to put it on the shelf for a while. So if you ever wanted to hear it live, as Gershwin wrote it, because it's his arrangement, this is the concert for you.
I was going to ask you about that. This is not the typical arrangement you do with a symphony, is it?
No, because the orchestra has their sections where I don't play,
right,
and then I jump back in, and it's a little dialogue. I have to play the orchestra parts and the solo piano part in this arrangement that Gershwin did.
Think you can do that?
Well,
you'll have to come out and see.
There's a lot of mileage on this old car here that can play, so I think the odds are in my favor. But again, I want more people to see the Osgood, to see the space that's right in our community. Most people, unless you were a Mason, never have seen this space, and they're gobsmacked. Their jaws go, What is this doing in our town? I didn't know that. I mean, it truly is unique and beautiful. I think it seats, Margo, correct if I'm wrong, between 500 and 600 people, would you say?
It's the stadium seating is 520 to be exact, and then we can do another 100 on the floor. So we can fit a lot.
Service. Table seating for this, but we have general admission. Margo can fill you in on that. And it's just, there isn't a bad seat because I'm right in the center, bird's eye view no matter where you sit. If you want to be at a table and have some, a cocktail or whatnot, that's happening. And also, the concert's at 7:30, but the lounge opens at 6 p.m., so you can go and have a few drinks. And for the first time ever, at the end of the concert, I will be going to the lounge where there is another piano, and they'll get 2 bonus selections that are really going to raise the roof because I'm pulling out all my old boogie woogie and ragtime. So they're going to get a little bonus concert after the show if they hang around.
All of that on June 19th. And what time does the concert start?
Are you asking me or Kevin? Oh,
either one of you.
7:30 is the start time. And as Kevin indicated, the bar will open at 6. And just a quick note, the proceeds from this benefit the nonprofit associated with the Osgood called the Historical Osgood Preservation Society. So things like intricate plaster repair, seat restoration, etc., So you're really attending something that will allow this building to remain in good condition for, another 100 years.
And on the website, there is a place to donate to restoration, isn't there?
Yeah, if you're interested in donating, you can. Of course, tax write-off, so, might be good.
501c3?
Yeah. Yep, that is...
Separate from the ownership, or does the foundation own it?
It's all tied together, I guess, but it is a separate entity, and but it is a 501c3, and for short, we call it HOPS, so the acronym for easy pronunciation there. And yes, you can donate, but your ticket will also be a donation because it is a nonprofit event. So,
and how may they get tickets, Margot?
Well, you can go to the Osgood's website. The osgood.com/events at the Osgood will give you the details, and then there is a button to press, which will take you to the ticket page. If you have trouble, you can call me, 989-214-3733. That's the Osgood's phone number. And one of the owners, me, Matt, Kendra, or Mike, will pick up and help you through it.
Do you all work in there now?
We are,
Sorta?
Yeah. Well, we all have, quote unquote, real jobs as well. So I wouldn't say this is a side hustle, but we take turns answering the phone, doing all the operations, etc.
Unlike Kevin, who doesn't have any side hustles.
None at all.
What do you mean, Art? My life is a side hustle. What are you talking about?
That's what I had in mind. So Kev, how different is the Rhapsody in Blue written by Gershwin as opposed to the Rhapsody in Blues you played all your life?
Well, in this case, when he wrote it in such a hurry because he was under the gun, he had made a promise and kind of forgot about it because he was so busy that when band leader Paul Whiteman said, hey, you promised to create a piece for my band and piano, and it's about, 6-7 weeks away. You got it? And he goes, what are you talking about? So he had to come up with this really quick. So instead of Gershwin doing the orchestration for the band, their staff arranger, Ferdy Grofé, who most people have heard Grand Canyon Suite is his big hit piece. Well, he was the arranger and orchestrator, one of them, for the Whiteman Band. So as fast as George was creating this at the piano, he was giving what he was jotting down to Grofé, and then he'd orchestrated the band because he knew the band. Some of these musicians played 5-6 instruments, one person. So anyway, but then once it hit and became so popular, George had to, was asked to record it on piano rolls. So he kind of said, okay, I got to come up with a solo version and also for publication. And then the orchestra version, the one that everyone knows, really wasn't created until after George died. George died in 1937. The full symphony orchestra version came out in 1942. But in between that, when George was asked to play with New York Phil or LA Phil or whatnot, they created this theater orchestration that kind of made it a little more for legit orchestras, more strings, more woodwinds, that sort of thing. So what I'm doing, though, is the version that he would play. Say he was at a party, and someone said, George, let me hear a little of that Rhapsody in Blue. Well, you didn't have to ask him twice. So he'd launch into it, and so it's about 16 and a half minutes all told, and it's a workout. One conductor told me one time that it's like watching an Olympic event. So I thought that was a good way of describing it.
Gee, I don't know who else would be that way that you don't have to ask twice to play it. Who do I know?
Oh, hey, you'll get a kick out of this. Last month, a friend of mine said, I don't know how much you're into getting online, like an AI or Google search about yourself. I said, well, I don't do that. I said, I want to hold up a mirror and see where I am in the list of Gershwin pianists or what. So he said, well, you should check it out. Because he said, I just went on AI and said, who is the greatest living Gershwin pianist today? And your name came up first. So I said,
Fitz.
I like AI. AI is a good friend. I
mean, for no other reason than the Gershwin family confirmed that.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a hoot because I never even thought of that. So anyway, like I said,
you hang on.
last time I'm going to play it.
All right, hang on and ponder your success.
You got it.
Margot and I will be back with you after these notes.
At the Aird Insurance Group.
All right, we're back with you. In the studio with me is Margot Lappold, one of the owners of the Osgood in Bay City, the former Scottish Rites, and the man who's putting on a fundraising concert on the 19th of June, the one and only Kevin Cole. What else are you going to be playing by Gershwin that day?
Well, it starts with one of his ragtime pieces, and then his early song successes, some shows with his brother Ira, like Fascinating Rhythm, Lady Be Good, Swonderful. I mean, it's just the
all stuff you
Gershwin
know.
songbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will know this stuff. And, of course, I like to do the razzle-dazzle arrangement. Plus, a lot of the ballads, like Love Is Here to Stay, Someone to Watch Over Me. And what's unique, and I found it quite moving experience for me when I did the Valentine's, is without talking in between. Now I stop a number so people can applaud. It's not continuous for 75 minutes. But people connect in a different way with the music, the candle glow, and that atmosphere. There's a real community sense that we're all plugged in to the emotion of whatever I'm playing at the same time. It was very moving for me. I'd never done anything like this until the Osgood. So I'm looking forward to this, especially with Gershwin, which is the music I'm most connected to, of course.
How's the acoustics in there?
Oh, wonderful. Really wonderful. And again, I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident, but it sure is a plus for pianists. And if you hear a little hum in the background, that's that tow truck taking care of my car. I love this. Rhapsody and tow truck. Here we go.
Yeah, Rhapsody and tow truck. There you go. When they're ready to haul it away, we'll let you go. But
well, pretty soon. He's got it on the thing there, and it's looking pretty good.
All right. Well, listen, Kev, we'll let you take care of your car, and we will talk to you soon, or we'll see you on the 19th, one way or the other.
Yeah, I can't wait. And please, everyone, I can't say this enough. If you've ever wanted to experience this, or you have young kids, the ticket prices, general admission is $25. There are tables at various prices that Margot will fill you in on. But this is the chance to celebrate America with one of its greatest composers ever, George Gershwin.
All right. Well, we will
Art.
chat with you soon. Thanks a lot, Kev.
You bet.
Bye-bye
Bye.
now. Kevin Cole needs no introduction, but we give him one anyway. Margot Appold with us from the Osgood, which is the former Scottish Rites. So let's talk about the kinds of things you anticipate doing in there over the years.
Sure. Lots of weddings. That's definitely been a popular one that we've been booking. Quinceañeras, corporate events. We've done and have continued to do funeral luncheons, like I mentioned, baby showers, wedding showers. We did a fashion show, a bridal show, a book market. We had someone rent out the space to do a book market that was super successful and really well attended. And there's another one happening this fall. So with the amount of space we have, if you can dream it, it can happen.
Well, let's talk about that space because,
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about this is the auditorium upstairs.
Sure.
Tell us about the spaces that are available at the Osgood.
Sure.
And are they all available now? I mean, is the building totally open now?
Yeah. So we've got a 6,000 square foot ballroom with a mezzanine that looks over. That could be, it could seat at tables 350 guests. So you can do anything you'd like in there. There's a projector screen as well. So if you wanted to do more of a corporate style or presentation style event, you could do that there. Our second space that I can think of is the conference room, is what we call it. Kevin referred to it as the lounge. That will hold 90 guests at tables or more if they were standing. And that will be used after this concert for the bar area. But that is a place we host small corporate events, baby showers, wedding showers, funeral luncheons. The auditorium space has, as I said, 520 seats plus a floor space that could hold another 100. We're actually hosting a small wedding reception there this, I think it's August or September. So that could be rented out. And then we have adjacent spaces that sort of come with, for example, a wedding. We have a bridal suite. We have a groom's suite. So those things can be added on if you'd like.
Are there dressing rooms for entertainers and things of that nature?
So the Scottish Rite had these rooms called robing rooms, which was where they kept their different
Garments, yeah.
yeah, garments. I thought you said garbage for a second.
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
no,
wow,
no,
that's
no.
very bold of you. Garments, yes. So we've converted those into spaces where the salon suite is sort of a bridal themed suite. That's where you could get your hair and makeup done. You could, if you were an entertainer like Kevin, will be back in that area waiting. And then the former area, which was their library, we call that the library suite. That's sort of geared toward grooms or whichever half of the wedding party doesn't need to get as ready. So that has a bar in it, a TV, pool table, ping pong, kind of a seating area as well. So those are nice spaces to hang out in.
And the website for all of this, and you can find everything out, is theosgood.com.
Yep.
And we'll be back one final segment with Margot after these notes.
The Dow Championship is...
All right, we're back with you. One final segment with Margot Lappold. She is one of the owners, along with her husband and other business partners, of the Osgood in Bay City, the former Scottish Rites. So you found the building in relatively good shape.
We did.
Put a new roof on it.
Yep.
What does it still need? If I said to you, Margot, what's it look like 5 years from now? How much change is it going to be?
Structurally, no change. We are working on improving and upgrading systems that exist within the building. So we have a whole building fan. We need to replace a motor on that. We have some pipes that we want to replace and just modernize. So things that are changing are just modernizing
Behind the
existing
scenes,
systems.
yeah.
Yeah. You won't see a lot or any of structural change because we really want to lean into the history of the building. The finishes in there, there's marble baseboards, there's terrazzo flooring. We want to keep those and honor that. We don't want you to come in and say, I was in here 30 years ago and this looks like a new
So
building.
you don't want to sterilize it.
That's exactly right.
What about things like HVAC?
There's a boiler. It works well. We will continue to use the boiler. We have some radiators we want to fix a few leaks on, stuff like that. So
Air conditioning?
no AC.
Really?
Nope, there's 2 whole building fans. One pulls air in, one pulls air out. So that was the method of AC they used back in the 1920s.
Back in the day.
So
It works?
Yeah.
Does the thing?
Yeah, it works well. We were in there. We closed, like I said, on July 3rd of 2025, and I think July 4th or 5th, we were in there starting to paint and pull out carpet. So we worked there all last summer, and we utilized those fans.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You know that you don't think of that. You think of today, and everybody's got a fancy AC systems.
Yeah, if we get a plan to put AC in, we definitely would. We will, in the rooms like the bridal and groom suites, those will have air conditioning units. But
Individuals.
Individuals, exactly. We'll control the climate in the smaller rooms, but with the building being so many floors and levels, we'll continue to utilize.
Expensive project.
It's expensive. Yeah, go to that donation page and
I gave you the line.
yeah. But yeah, we will upgrade as we can with that sort of stuff and utilize the technologies that have been there for 100 years until, we get a solution for that.
You'll operate 7 days a week?
Yeah, we can
Do any day.
do any day. We won't have like an open front door with someone sitting there unless there's an event.
Right.
Eventually, we'd love to get to that point where there are events 7 days a week. Definitely looking to scale to that point.
And when you think about it, how many events can you do at the same time in that building?
We could
Probably 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah. I mean, we could easily do an event in the auditorium and the ballroom. The limitation really would be that both spaces can hold so many people. We'd have to probably rent out parking lots around the area. We do have our own parking lot, but it's not going to hold,
Yeah, it's relatively small.
700 people. So, yeah.
I was in there for a number of years. We did this, I think it was Swinging with the Stars or something like that. I forgot the exact name.
Sure.
Judy from Traverse City was the promoter of it.
Sure.
And she had this fabulous band. And the sound in that ballroom area was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And, something cool, just back up to the auditorium, there is a pipe organ, a working pipe organ in that auditorium. And so that's another, when you said sound, it triggered that memory. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. I believe it's a 4-register pipe organ, and yeah, it shakes the whole building when it plays in a good way.
Now, I know you're into the history of the building. Is there a display of any of that history?
Yeah, so actually in the library suite, we took and cleaned out all of the cupboards and then replaced it with all of the viable Scottish Rite history that existed there. So there is almost like a mini museum in the building that shows everything that we have, artifacts, books, pictures, that sort of thing.
Yeah. All right, so June 19th is Kevin Cole's concert, the Red, White, and what did we call it?
Red, White, and Rhapsody in Blue.
Rhapsody in Blue. And tickets are $25, $200 for a table of 4 on the floor, but they're limited. How does one buy tickets?
You can go to our Facebook page, which is, if you look up the Osgood, the information will be there. Our website, theosgood.com/events at the Osgood will take you to the ticket link as well. Those are going to be your 2 easiest paths to get tickets.
Starts at 7:30, but you said doors open at 6?
Doors and Keynote Bar opens as well at 6. So, it's good to have an adult beverage or 2 before you go into the concert.
Absolutely. Which answers the question. You have a liquor license?
For a nonprofit, we are allowed to do a single-day liquor license, so we can do 12 per year. So this is one of those.
Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'll do a single-day liquor license. We'll have beer, wine. I'm not sure exactly.
Just out of curiosity, what do you do for weddings?
So the caterer, they
has
bring
to come
in
with
own.
their
Yeah.
license.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is sounds like an absolutely fun project. I think it would scare the death out of me if I did. But that's a pretty big nut to crack, isn't it?
Well, everything's hard, so you might as well do something that matters.
So just out of curiosity, what are your other jobs?
I work as an executive assistant for, it's called Synchro. It's a managed service provider for IT. So that's my other job. I should also say my other real job is that I'm a mom of triplets.
Oh, really? Triplets? Wow.
Yep. 6-year-old triplets.
And Matt, what does he do?
He works for a company called Life Fitness. So he manages the distribution channels for sales for a fitness equipment company.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
And then you have business partners, you said, right?
Yep. Kendra and Mike Mulligan. Mike works for Frito-Lay, and Kendra's a nurse.
Interesting. What an interesting collection of people
It
do
is
something like this,
We've got a good team.
Sounds like it.
Yep.
Sounds like it. Well, it sounds wonderful. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
We'll have to do this again sometime. But
Absolutely.
I always love it when people repurpose buildings. You're not really repurposing it. You're using it for its purpose. But you're saving the history, which is really the important aspect of this.
Yep. It's a fixture on Center Avenue, and it's going to remain a fixture on Center Avenue in Bay City.
Well, Margot, this was a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm glad to meet you, and good luck, Kevin, with your tire. And we will say so long for now, but we'll do it again.
Sounds good.
Margot Appold from the Osgood, which is the former Scottish Rites in Bay City. We'll be back to close out the hour and tell you what's ahead.
Big insurance, big pharma.
Hi, my thanks to Margot Appold and Kevin Cole for joining us. Coming up on Focus, we're going to take a look at the new Rocket Grab Plus website. Tell you all about that. Before all that happens, though, we have news from ABC to bring you up to date on the world and the nation. Michael Percha is in the WSGW newsroom, filling you in on the region and the state. I'm Art Lewis. We'll be back after the news.
Broadcasting from the